I'm going to do another trade review here on a little scalp on this spell 22. Give a little bit of the context. Obviously, we saw this. This was the session, the scalping session from the last video, and then we started this really strong rundown. Honestly, within a channel as well. But this looks like more of a spike, right? Whereas this second leg looks more like a channel. But in reality, they're both pretty much channels, right? First leg down, breach, second leg down, and then it looks like possibly, bulls are getting active, but in fact, bulls get blown out, and there's a third leg down, third push down. So one push, two push, three push. It kind of looks like one leg down, second leg down, second leg of the second leg down, however you want to call it. Three pushes, and now we're in sort of a sideways trading range. I don't want to clutter this chart up too much, so I'm just going to delete all this, but just remember. We get this kind of double bottom at the end of the move. Is this a really strong wick here? I believe so, right? Yeah, this is a really strong wick. So almost another three pushes, one push, two push, three pushes into the low, almost like a double bottom, pull back of the double bottom. Anyway, who cares? And now another strong rally. So again, this level. So possibly wanting to do this type of trading range activity, right? Okay. This is all high time frame. We're taking our trade on the 3-minute chart. So we start to notice, this is probably when I start taking a look at this chart somewhere around here in the morning, right? And notice that we're really contracting into this kind of triangle situation, but the swings within the triangle are really violent, like really strong and really sharp and quick, right? In both directions as well. It's not just going up. This elevator is, this down is an elevator, right? This down is an elevator. This up is stairs, and this down is kind of stairs. But yeah, didn't really find any sort of trade in here to take. I was thinking about maybe trying to get long over here, kind of expecting that maybe we were on the way out to the upside, but I decided to be a little bit more patient. Just to wait for at least, maybe a breach and then maybe kind of a retest that was tradable. Nothing comes, and then we end up dumping out of the range in yet another channel. So we dump. We find a floor here, right? Makes a lot of sense. And we start doing this little rally activity again. You can consider this the end of the move, and then this kind of a test, a lower low test, and then we start bouncing, or you can consider this the end of the move, and this is kind of your higher low test. Either way, you kind of expect one leg up, two legs up, right? No matter what. But then it seems to be continuing. Like we put in one leg down, two legs down, and then this weird reversal, right? That says maybe we're not trying to get to this low level. And then we put in this strong push up, and then this small inside bar. And that's really the trigger for me. We're seeing sustained bullish activity here. Even though we're at a resistance, and we kind of have to be careful because of this bar, we get a really, really clear stop. This low is at 51.5105. Like I said, on this instrument, I like to give one tick for the stop to hit, and then put my stop one more below, so 2 ticks down. So my stop is here at 5100, which happens to be the low of this bar. I think there were times during this that I considered maybe putting it 1 tick or 2 ticks lower than this, but I didn't want to expand the stop range too much. And if we put it 2 ticks below this, we start to get into this 90-50 range now here, which is basically at the low of this. And if we're going to put it there, then you might as well put it below this bar. And if you're going to put it 2 ticks below this bar, that's basically this bar, then you might as well put it below this bar. And now we're at the high of this level. I'm not trying to risk all of that. It's unnecessary. So the stop is placed here. We long this level at 51. After this candle, we long this candle at 51, 150. Or no, at 51. Yeah, the high of this was 51, 125. Yeah, so we long this at 51, 150. In fact, we were able to get some at 51, 100. It bounces up to 51, 150 and then comes back down immediately. Because it took the high, we take the trade, and we happen to get a nicer, a better risk profile, because now our risk is only 0.18% instead of 0.36, I'm going to guess, 0.3% thereabouts. And then on this candle, we also get another opportunity to long 51, 150 after taking a new high. So we break out above this candle. I'm excited about that, and I decided to add a second batch on. I don't usually do that, but I decided to in this case because since we were at this type of resistance level, I used half size batch from the same sizing from the last video of 5x leverage is equal to 1 batch. So I took a 2.5x leverage half batch, and then I decided to add another 2.5x leverage half batch here, and that allowed me to put a profit target a little bit lower, because at this point my profit target, I think I put it right here. I decided we'll try and get up this high. Maybe we'll get up to this high, and I put my level at 52,275. So let's just put that in here. Just a little bit lower than this. Yeah, we'll say, just call it there. 52,275. This is where my first profit target was, and I was a little bit nervous, like, are we really going to get all the way back there? So when I added the second batch, I decided to add a second profit target just over here at 51.6, just underneath this last level. And that way I can take half of it out at that level, let the rest ride on the stop, and see if we can get to the next level. So that ended up being a good decision. We get this attempted reversal down here, and honestly, I was pretty annoyed. I kind of felt like maybe we should just cut it right now, but I was like, stop is good. We have a good stop level. This is kind of where I thought, should I move the stop? Because I am still pretty reasonably confident that we are going to get this bar at some point soon, but maybe we take out my stop first and we do kind of like an outside up bar. But thankfully we don't. We just do the outside up bar, really strong outside up bar. And at this point, we're pretty close to this profit target already. And kind of feeling like this is going to be a good one. Decent follow through bar, nice follow through bar with the pressure, showing pressure and closing exactly on its high. I would expect the next bar to possibly take this level. So yep, we take this level. I think I was actually eating during all of this. I just put the orders in and like, oh, so this is kind of the first time I'm seeing exactly how the price action plays out. But yeah, this is another like buy level, I guess, and then we push all the way up through here. We take this level. The high here is 51,775. The high here is 51,725, and the high here is 51,875. So basically, we hit this level, and now our average entry is like much better, right? Probably our average entry is like down here now or something like that. So we let the rest ride, stop at the same level, still have the same good stop, and then still targeting this level. And oh, another beautiful marcher, and wow, very clean. Yeah, and that ends up being the last one, huh? So the high was all the way up here. So we could have put it under this level. I was actually kind of nervous. I thought that it was probably not going to hit this level. And I think this is when, after I finish eating, I come back to my computer. I think this is the candle that we're on. And I looked at it on the hourly chart, and the hourly chart said that the low was 50, or like was right at or underneath my stop, I think, or something like that, or just above my stop. So I was like, ugh, did we get stopped out? We weren't able to get it, and I didn't remember what my level here was. I thought my level was 52.6, and we just hit 52.575. But yeah, it was a 51.6 that I was thinking of over here, and so we actually do happen to get a nice close here, and that's the trade. Really, really, really nice one. Like been saying in a couple of recent videos, the inside bar trades are really, really good because they allow you to not have to risk too much and gain a lot. You don't think too much of them because they're just kind of a small bar, but these small bars and especially small inside bar trades, like this happened to be at kind of a resistance, and it ends up being a great trade. Um, we kind of get a breakout of the level and then kind of a retest that ends up going up here. This is actually probably the buy level, right? For most traders, if you don't catch this, this is probably the level that you're going to buy above this 51.5, and it ends up yielding a nice couple percent. But if you're able to get in early here with this off this inside bar, really nice trade. So yeah, that was the one, and then as we see, it ends up staying within this kind of range and dumping, dumping, dumping. This actually ends up being the high. We actually get probably the best opportunity in close possible because it looks like we don't ever revisit that 52.275 level again up to there. So that was a nice one. But yeah, sometimes you just get a nice clean follow through and there's nothing left to do. You don't even really have to manage it. This was kind of one of those things where I didn't expect to really have to manage it because, like I said, this I guess I haven't said in this video, but I said in other videos that this instrument makes pretty strong and sharp movements. So I think I felt pretty comfortable to put my profit targets at kind of these higher regions that you know maybe I wasn't necessarily expecting that we might get all the way up here, but I thought it might be possible given the way that this instrument has been moving lately. So it ended up being really nice. This is yet another. If you miss this trade, like I said, you're probably buying above this, but you end up getting the same situation right here. This is yet another small inside bar, and this has a beautiful close, like we said. So again, buying above this level is a great trade, and your stop never gets taken. So yeah, don't front on these small bars. Don't sleep on these inside bars, and you're just fine.